Welcome to Market Day Report, also known today as Take a Monkey to Lunch Day. I don't know who comes up with these things or what you have to do to get a day recognized, but I'd like to call it instead maybe Tommy Grisafi Day, and we'll talk with Tommy in just a moment. All right, first off, over to the corn market. Where do we open the week trading? Old crop in the red at 404, down a little over 4 cents here as we start off the trade this morning. New crop 423 1/4. It's 4.5 lower. Now to the beans, off 9 3/4 cents at 10.26 a bushel. Beans have been higher 3 straight sessions. Meal lower across the board. It's also been higher 3 straight sessions. But the one commodity that's pretty much is outshining every other one. 37% gains year to date, and that's bean oil. And all contracts trading above 55, though we start the morning in the red. Now, we are in positive territory in Chicago with wheat, 548 a bushel. It's up 1 3/4 cents. Hard red is trading half penny higher, 529 1/2. And spring wheat in Minneapolis mostly higher. Finally, cotton market still in the red, 68.26. That's down 42. National Tommy Grisafi Day. He's with Nesvick Trading. Hey, great to have you back. Row crops, we don't really have any reports this week, so what will we trade?
Yeah, we'll trade a little weather, a little demand. We had overnight price action was very quiet. We opened lower. Corn came down and changed here when China opened up at 8 o'clock our time. We're drifting lower now. We'll see if someone comes in to buy it. Some people are promoting the too much water. I guess I could get there. I don't know. There's we're arguing about how big the crop is. Not that the crop is decimated. Not that there's a drought. Not that it's all ruined. Literally, people are out on the internet. If it wasn't for that Coldplay news, the X Twitter would really be beating each other up. But thank God that really gave us all a break. Those two hugging, Tony, that was a special moment. And speaking of Coldplay, my wife's going to Coldplay in Nashville this week, and I am very concerned. But a lot of people concerned. I'll tell you, right before we started, I'm in a funny mood. But all the gal NBA players came out with shirts that said, pay us what we're worth, pay us our money. And I feel like the American farmer's saying that too. Pay us our money. Like we're producing a crop below our cost production to keep inflation down. This will help the government lower interest rates, which will boost the housing market. But the American farmer wants to get paid, and it's a very serious thing because they're not doing this pro bono or not for profit. So a lot of farmers are getting ready to market grain below their cost production, and that's a very serious thing as we have an equity burn here in the United States. But before we go on break, I did want to talk about gold and silver. Friday on Cow Guy, we had a gentleman on, and David, he was wonderful. He was really bullish silver. And then I look up today, gold's having a monster day, up 45. I want to say we could put silver down for like up 70, 80 cents. A beautiful day if you're long these commodities. He stated, you can go back, it was, I believe, the fifth episode, the fifth segment, Cow Guy. He just stated a very bullish stance for silver as a metal and talked about how that gold to silver ratio went out to 100 to 1 and it's coming in. He also talked about platinum and palladium. So, yeah, on this network, we talk about a lot of things in grains and livestocks we love, but don't forget that we have a good knowledge base or people who understand these metals too. Back to you, my friend.
All right, Tommy Grisafi's with Nesvick Trading. Hey, hang around. Let's come back and talk livestock futures. Market Day Report continues in a moment. All right, how about steaks today? I'm trying to find a way to take a monkey to lunch. What does a person take a monkey? Where do you take a monkey to lunch? I'm really confused by that. By the way, live cattle futures, not really confused by this one. Cattle have been lower now 2 straight sessions. As we pull back a little bit, we're starting to see maybe some cracks here in the market. Maybe Tommy Grisafi can help us in a moment. August, though, down 3 dimes, 223.35. Make that 2 dimes now as we see December and February contracts start inching up. Feeders, mixed trade, August 323.92. It's down 7 cents higher. I need to say 7 cents because with the limit change, it could actually be $7 higher. But 324.32 on the September, it's 12 cents higher. And then finally over to the hogs. Can hogs go higher for the fourth straight session? Every contract in the red. Tommy Grisafi, Nesvick Trading. All right, thoughts here on the proteins.
Extremely volatile week last week in cattle with that big down Monday and that recovery throughout the week. We closed a little lower Friday. The trades, it can move. Like you said, we can move a lot. Talked to a friend over the weekend. He likes to spread cattle against hogs. That hasn't been going so well. He's been selling cattle, buying hogs at trades, really going out to a wide level, but it can continue to go. On the bright side, if you want to say that people are out of money, just literally when we're on break, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ hit all-time highs. That's going to have an effect on, just how people feel, the wealth effect. When our homes are worth a lot, when our 401ks are worth a lot, maybe we switch from a hamburger to a steak. But nonetheless, we're consuming a lot of different proteins. And I remember years ago on Cow Guy, we covered Beyond Beef, and it's almost broke. It's worth a couple dollars a share, and it was worth hundreds of dollars a share. So these trends come in and out. Like, what's cool? A piece of steak with one ingredient with a little salt on the grill. That's really cool. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, no kidding. And before we go, dollar index is trading lower here today. The dollar index is down 10% year to date. At these low prices and the weak dollar, are we spurring any demand?
A little bit. And to flip it to the other side, on Friday's show, Carly Garner came on, and she had talked about that she expected that crowded dollar trade that a lot of people are short to cover that dollar. And I think she had like a 108 as a goal for the dollar. If that happens, you could see some pressure on commodities, but we're not experiencing that today, my friend.
All right, Tommy, enjoy National Tommy Grisafi Day, and we'll see you back here soon. All right.